Hey everybody, Logan with Hideaway Homestead here, coming to you today with a video on composting. And this is a follow-up to where I was cleaning the garden area here, getting it ready. Got a little bit of char here that I made from burning some stuff in the middle, and this is where I'm gonna put my compost pile. I mentioned in the last video about this that I like to put the compost wherever I'm gonna be planting. So I'm gonna be planting this whole area. I'm gonna pile it all up right here. I am doing a hot composting method. Now, there are tons of people that are extremely knowledgeable about compost, and they have all these ways of, well, you know, you don't want it too much of this, too much of that, etc., 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 for this type of plant, for that type of plant. And I think that stuff is great. And anytime you can do anything that's going to benefit you more with compost, do it, you know. But this is a fast, quick way to get your garden going in spring. And, you know, this compost can be made in just a matter of days. The fastest I think I've ever seen it was by Jeff Lawton on YouTube. I think he did it in like 12 days or something. So you're just wanting a good carbon to nitrogen ratio. Now, I would be adding in a lot of different stuff if I were going to build this compost from scratch. But the thing is all this compost material has been prepared for months. So we've got some leaf litter in here, we've got some sawdust, we've got some wood shavings, we've got some sticks, there's even some char in here. I can't see any right now, but we've got sprouts in here that's, you know, green material, that's, you know, high in nitrogen. This is a really good mixture. So what I'm doing really is just breaking it up and putting it into a pile. So I'm gonna dump this into a pile, bring several more of these wheelbarrow loads, because that's the thing, if you're gonna do hot composting, you need at least a cubic meter. Now that can be fudged a little bit. I've had piles that I don't think were near a cubic meter, you know, basically are a cubic yard, 3 foot by 3 foot by 3 foot in mass, but and they still, you know, still heated up and everything. So I don't know how exact that has to be, but the more you can get, the better. Try to make it a little over that if you can. You just need enough to be able to get all the microbes and stuff excited in there and get them to heat it up. Now, I don't like doing hot composting like they would do commercially, because I've heard of, you know, things, it's just cooked too hot. So keeping it somewhere around like 140 is a really good temperature. And basically what's going to be happening if you're new to composting is all of those microbes in there are going to be living their lives and, you know, mating, eating, pooping, being eaten, and that's what causes the heat. So you're getting that heated up. Now, if this were all dry material and I were adding all these materials in as a, you know, fresh compost pile, and I'm doing it, you know, little by little, I would want to add water. This here is wet. I mean, it's got plenty of moisture in it. It's going to rain today, so I'm going to pile it up and we'll let the rain hit it, and then I'm going to flip it. Now, some people use tarps and everything. I've not found a tarp super necessary. If you're getting a whole lot of rain, you don't want your compost just soggy, but I'm going to be turning this a lot. And some people now do it because there's a lot of gases and stuff that escape into the atmosphere, but I don't think that the tarp does too well of a job of holding all that in. I feel like a lot of it still gets away. But we're gonna see at the end of this just how much we've got. But I'm gonna pause this for a minute and go get some more wheelbarrow loads, and then we'll have a look at the pile. All right, everybody, I'm back here with the compost pile. If you've got a normal size wheelbarrow, it's gonna be about 9 loads, which will give you about 3 cubic feet each. And so here we've got, you know, our cubic yard of compost material. And, you know, as you can see a lot more of the mixture now. There's a lot of wood chips. There's a lot of sprouts in it. There's some sticks. We've got leaves. There's some grass clippings in here too. You can kind of see mixed in. There's a little bit of char here and there. Oh, there's a piece of char. Oh, and here we go. Oh yeah, this is what I was wanting to take a look at. Now, most of the life in char is microscopic, but oh, please focus in. You can see those little mites, springtails. You see little critters crawling on the char there and the compost, but most of it's going to be microscopic that you're not going to be able to see, but you'll see little critters in there, especially once it gets finished compost. Then all the stuff like pill bugs, worms, stuff like that moves in. So this is a really great way, especially if you've got, you know, animal shelters to clean out and you need something to do with it. This will be great to make a garden spot. Just compost it in place and then spread it out like it's a mulch. And I'll be putting rabbit droppings around all the areas where I do my actual plants. So this should be a pretty decent garden. Not as good as if I would have done a lot more planting. Any of my little gardening videos are pretty quick and easy because I always wait till the last minute, it seems like, with so many other things I got going on. But we wanted to grow a good garden this year, so that's what we're gonna do. One thing I will add here is I'm going to take as much from the edge here that's, you know, kind of fell down, and I'm going to pile it on top. I'll be giving updates on this, so stay tuned for that. But one thing to mention is if you get a big enough pile to where you can pile everything up to 5 foot, that's where you want to stop. If you get anything above 5 foot, you can run the risk of the compost catching fire. So anyway, if you like the video, please leave a like. If you've got any questions or comments, drop those down below. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, go ahead and do so to keep up with this compost pile. I appreciate all y'all watching, and we'll see you in the next one.